You know, it's funny, before starting the recording of this review, I was just thinking to myself how many different products there are out there, how many different headsets, headphones, all this stuff in every category, but there's always room for improvement. There's things I haven't thought about or things that, when updated, make a drastic difference in the performance. And so with the Logitech Zone Wireless 2 headset, this is one of my favorite headsets I've ever used for a few different reasons that I'll get into in this review. And it's a significant upgrade from the first edition of the Zone Wireless headset, which I reviewed a few years ago, I think over 3 years ago now, if I'm counting right. And so for me, besides the colorway and the updates they've done with the design, which I'll get into, let's first talk about the tech specs. So when it comes to battery life and charging, it's 15 hours with ANC on of talk time, 22 hours of listening time with ANC on, and it takes 2 hours for a full charge. 5 minutes gives you an hour of talk time. It's USB-C. There are touch controls as well as physical controls, 40 millimeter drivers, 5 omnidirectional MEMS microphones for the ANC and the phone calls, and the weight is 17.81 ounces, so it is very lightweight. And one of the biggest things too is they have 3 different colors now. So the off-white that I am reviewing, the classic graphite, and then of course the rose color. Besides the off-white color being my favorite thing about the headset as far as the look, I want to talk about comfortability and then design. So if I adjust this here and put it on my head, I don't have it powered on. And the passive noise isolation is actually really incredible. I'm trying not to talk too loud, but it is a very snug fit. So if you are concerned about it, best thing I can say is, hey, that's why there's returns, but it's not an uncomfortable tight fit. It's just very snug because it allows for better active noise canceling, better sound quality, more immersion on a call. But overall, I like it. I mean, even with wearing I almost said sunglasses, but even with wearing glasses, I look at it as, all right, I could wear it for about 2-3 hours in my testing before I got discomfort. I don't really feel sweat. My ears don't get hot. It's just, if you wear glasses, that's just the way it is with some headsets. So not the most comfortable, not like the Jabra Evolve 255, which is the most comfortable headset I ever wore. But getting back into design of this headset, there are touch controls on the pad here that's just blank. So volume up, volume down, play, pause, double tapping, triple tapping things. It's pretty standard as you've seen before on other headsets probably. These pins are for a wireless charging pad that does come for free if you buy the headset as of this review. And then on the other side, you have your cycling button for transparency, ANC high, ANC low, and off, which I'll get into in the app. You can wear the headset on either side, which I love because you just never know. I mean, it's good to have options. A mute button on the microphone itself, and the power button is actually a physical button to connect to Bluetooth, disconnect, and also just turn the headset on and off. All right, let's go ahead and do a microphone test in a crazy studio environment. No, I'm just kidding. This is just my quiet office. And so I'll do the AI test with the advanced call clarity alongside with this, so bear with me. Let's go ahead and start with background noise. So this is as if you're in a coffee shop and it's on the camera microphone. Let's go ahead and switch it to the headset now. So this is with no advanced call clarity on, and wow, the headset muted because I turned it off, but woo, that is really loud. So let's go ahead and do it on low. This is the headset with advanced call clarity on low. And then let's go ahead and do it on high. All right, now I've adjusted it to be advanced call clarity on high. The microphone level on the app is at 67%. So let's go ahead and stop that. And advanced call clarity still on high. Let's turn it to low to see if there's any difference even in a quiet environment. And then let's turn it off again. So that's going to be the call clarity. And actually, I could even do one more test. Let's go ahead and do dogs barking. So with it off, that's the camera microphone. Let's switch it to the headset. All right, that's with it off. And then let's switch it to low. This is what it sounds like with dogs barking with it low. And then that's really loud. And then let's switch it to high. So this is what it sounds like with dogs barking with advanced call clarity on high. And then let me go ahead and pause that. Now, this is what the microphone sounds like if it's wired. And the only thing that I have access to is no ANC, no voice assistant, anything like that. It's just the touch controls and side tone. That's all I'm hearing come through the headset, which it's at a 50% level naturally with it wired. But the headset's completely turned off. So it's only power from the computer, the power source. So let's go ahead and play some background noise. And that's what you're hearing on the camera microphone. And let's go ahead and switch it to the headset. And for me, I like the way the side tone sounds still. Wired always usually sounds better. But let's go ahead and stop that and do the barking dog thing again. So this is what it sounds like with the barking dog and the camera microphone. And then let's go ahead and hear it on the headset now. And I'll go ahead and replay that part too. So the dog's barking now. This is the headset you're hearing. Yeah, hopefully that was a good enough test. So let's get on to the rest of the review. All right, now hopefully the microphone test was good enough, but let's get into active noise canceling and transparency mode. How did the microphones do in blocking out noise? I gotta say, this headset is the best headset I've used for blocking out noise with the active noise canceling. I mean, it's up there with JBL, Sennheiser, I would say even Skull Candy. It definitely blows out of the water anything when it comes to Jabra products or Poly. Those don't come close to the active noise canceling performance of this out of any headset I've tried from those two companies. So it definitely takes the reign. It's not going to be as good as Bose or Sony. Those are always going to be king. But when it comes to transparency mode, one thing about transparency mode is it does sound too artificial for my liking. My voice sounds a little robotic, but it doesn't know how to balance my voice from the ambient awareness. Like it just picks up everything, and then my voice sounds more muted than it probably should. It's weird. I don't know if it's because it's struggling with side tone at the same time with figuring out, okay, whose voice should I pick up on the outside and stuff. And it didn't matter what adjustments I made in the app. It just didn't sound right. So that's the only flaw with the microphones. The microphone test obviously showed how well it does. I just don't like the ambient transparency mode. I never really liked it on Logitech products. But on the other hand, it doesn't take away from the sound quality of how good the music is. So besides how immersive a call is on this headset and how good the ANC and all that is, the sound quality is one of the best I've heard on a headset as well. So it probably has some of the best bass I've ever heard. Listening to hip hop has been incredible on this headset. So it definitely does well with that. Rock or any other kind of genre, more the Noah Kahan type of genre of music, or Hozier, Tool, anything rock like that does incredible with this headset. I just like how well in balance the low, mids, and highs are, but especially the lows. It's way better than the Zone Wireless first edition headset. So huge step up in the speaker quality. And now let's get into the Logitech app and the basic functionality. So everything you see in the user face here and the UI is identical to what you'll have on your computer. The only thing is you need not just an iOS device, but any smartphone to be able to adjust personal EQ, which pretty much you go into a quiet place and you adjust every single sound frequency to your liking based on how it sounds to you. So that's personal EQ. It does have an equalizer where you can do the presets or adjust it to your liking. And then let me adjust the camera here. You have side tone, advanced call clarity, which you heard in the microphone test. It's the artificial intelligence to better further how well the microphone is going to sound with picking up your voice. And then device name, sleep setting, ANC buttons. The short press allows you to change all of this. And then if I go back again, on head detection, here are the options for that. And if I go to the voice prompts, I think Logitech has some of the best sounding voice prompts in a headset for their AI voice. And rotate to mute. And then of course connected devices. You can have two devices connected at once. And then settings, which is support signing into a work account and all the terms and conditions. All right, last thing I'll mention about this headset, as good as it is already with everything else I mentioned, is the Bluetooth connectivity and distance, latency, things like that. So my house is about 1,100 square feet. And my office is on one side that I'm in now is on one side from the sliding door to get into the backyard. No issues there. Going into the backyard and walking around in the garden, no connectivity issues even through the walls and being outside with my computer in here. And then I was at a hotel the other day, and I for sure walked past the size of my house to go to the restroom from the spot I was sitting at by the cafe. And I was just listening to music and going to the bathroom through brick walls and everything. Think about all the frequencies in a hotel. Nothing. No issues on a phone call when I tested it, and no issues with music quality or anything like that. So you'd really have to try hard to try to see if there's any latency issues, and that includes playing games on my phone and all this stuff. So really great job on the connectivity. Now, after all that being said, what do I think about the headset for being $249? I would say if you are kind of thinking, all right, I just want reliability for everything. I mean, the only thing this headset's not going to be good for is working out. I mean, can you do that? Yes, but typically headsets just don't do good with that. I mean, the design is just, I can see this thing coming off. I did one workout with it, and it just making adjustments was common. I'll just put it that way. So that's the thing I would say it's not good for, is like fitness or something, even though you still can do it. But if you need the one all be all, this is the headset to get. I mean, besides just the transparency mode and maybe your opinion on the microphone test, that's the only thing. I can't think of really any flaws with this headset being $249. So it's definitely one to get. I hope this review was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.